There's some spots on my shower that are going to have exposed edges on tile. These marble tiles only come with one polished face. The back is totally rough to take on your thin set, but the edges are also rough. I shouldn't say rough. They are cut very nicely, but they are not shiny. They only polish the face. So I cut all these tiles here that are going to border the niche, and one edge is going to be exposed. So say, for example, this is the inside of the niche. This one is going to overlay that edge tile on the side and provide a nice clean look when looking at it, but the one edge needs to be polished because it's going to be visible. You know, there are other options you could do. You could get little pencil alternatives, you know, little details. They cost about $10 a foot. You could get even more expensive type of trim tiles. You can also get bullnose, which is from the factory. They would round it over and they would make it shiny. But all of those things weren't, they would point out, they would kind of make a picture frame around the niche, and we didn't really want that. We wanted a very subtle look that just the niche is set into the middle of the tile. So to do that, I'm going to polish the edges myself. And I've watched a couple of videos on how to do it, and I decided to try it myself. I had to buy a grinder. I'd never had a grinder, so I bought the cheapest one that I could find. This was on Amazon. It's a Tacklife grinder, $27. Not very expensive. And of course it came with its own kind of grinding wheels and attachments, but not suitable for this. They're more for cutting metal and things like that. So I had to buy what are known as PVA. These are called spongy wheels. These are also from Amazon. These were $9 a piece, so $18 and $27, $45, and I've got myself a solution that I can grind the edges of the tile, and polish it. And it's a really pretty cool process. I did a test cut. But all of these tiles that I've pre-cut for around the niche, I used a pencil and I marked a P on each one of them for the surface that has to be polished, and that way I could keep them straight. Now to do this is really pretty easy, and that's supposed to stay on there. There is a little lock button on the bottom here that holds the spindle, and I bought two wheels. I bought a 220 grit and a 400 grit. If it was an edge that I cut, I would use the 220 grit first to smooth out any of the marks from the saw blade. For the factory edges, which most of mine are, they're already pretty darn smooth, so I'm not going to bother with the 220. I'm going to go right to the 400. So all you do is put that on and tighten this down. When remodeling a bathroom, it's all about the details, and the smaller the bathroom, the more you notice the details. We lived with our old shower for 20 years in this house, so we planned every detail of this new bathroom as if we were going to be living with it for another 20 years. Classic Carrara marble and white fixtures, polished chrome finishes, and a QM drain. I was only doing this once. It had to be perfect. Now you definitely want to be using eyewear protection when you're using this, because you never know if pieces of the wheel are going to fly off or if a chip might come off of the tile. Now, I don't know if you could see it, but it's polished pretty good, but it Still has some marks on it that I just need to keep going a little bit longer. I'm actually going to bite the bullet and go with the 220 grit first. It's just taking too long to get off the cut marks. You can still see them. I know it's probably hard to see them on camera, but I can see them. I want them to be as good as possible. So I know if I do this one first, I can then switch to this one. But I've got so many tiles to do that that's not a problem. Alright, that's it for those. Now I'm going to change the wheel. Put on the 400. Now you can see this one is severely out of balance. And there's not much I can do about it. There's very little wiggle room on here, so just have to make do. And it wears unevenly, but you know, hey, what do you expect for $9? It's not like I'm a professional, and this is not a professional tool. I'm just looking to get this job done. That one is the shelf. This is the most important one. That's going to be the most visible because you're going to be looking right at it. The rest of them, you're just going to be looking at them from the edge. But they all came out very, very nicely. So the little tiles, when I had to do the edges, they took about 5 minutes per tile. The big ones, especially the shelf, I spent probably 10, 12 minutes. And that's each time. So I've been doing this for about an hour. But the results are worth it.
Hey there, if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon to be the first to know when new videos are posted. Look for HandyDadTV on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and visit the website HandyDad.tv for more great ideas and information.